Okie dokie, we are back in Backpack Battles. Let's go and jump some ranked games with a random character and see what we can do today. We're playing a mage. We do start off with our badger. So we can stack up a lot of max life. The only problem is we need some mana generation. Since we're in the puzzle box, we're going to be getting this going fast with no mana generation, not like the other bag. So is there any way we can get some mana generation? We'll have to see. Previous Guide to Ice uses up more mana. We definitely want to grab ourselves a frying pan. With a fluid item, I'd love to take you and inflict some cold maybe. But we kind of want our badger to stack up our max life instead. I'm not going to take it. As mad as that is, I'm going to roll. And that is a big old hammer. Hammer badgers? I don't think we want that. Halpot though? Maybe. Let's grab a bit of storage. It's a puzzle bag of love. We could go for a Shelly with lots of heals. I mean, that is going to be fantastic for us. Maybe I won't take it though. Maybe I'll roll once more to see if we can get anything that can give us some mana generation. Big old banana I'll take. But let's get going once again. Maybe the customer card might be working against us because we could get some ones that can potentially stack up some mana for us. Because right now you're not going to do a whole lot of nothing. You're still going to heal us, but without our mana generation, you're not going to stack up that crazy max life that this guy can give us. 20 max life every 4 seconds in the early rounds. He's insane. But can we win out against Spectromancer? That heal might have saved him. It's looking super close. One smack. You got this frying pan. Unfortunately, you do not got that frying pan. You do end up making us lose. Now, that's a big old banana. That's our ones. We could grab the box of riches to grab some blue gemstones to try and stack up some mana ourselves. I'm going to take it. But I'm going to roll once. We're taking a big, massive pivot right now to a big old tournament. We also want to grab you too. Now, is this going to be our best setup? You're going to generate up some mana eventually. It's going to be forever though. I'm going to be super greedy with our box of riches. I'm going to take our customer card along with our shiny shell. I want to keep those though just in case we get the uniquely unique and have the fastest badger alive. If we can get enough mana generation, that is. But we should be able to stack up some buffs with our wand. It's going to be extremely slow and literally the last buff we could have got from it is mana. But it should be able to constantly give us our mana, so our badger should be able to scalp our max life from now on. But it's going to be going a little bit slower than our ones. That's for sure. 2 seconds, generate our mana, get our max life stacked up, and look at how much max life we do have. More than triple our bonus HP, and it took forever to come online. Yeah, Badger's nuts. Badger is definitely nuts. Now the question is, do we want to go for a heat stacking spicy banana type build? That could be fun. That definitely could be fun. We could also just go for smithing for dummies, reduce our stamina cost on crafted weapons, or we could go for shielded. This will help us out right now. This could help us out in the future, going for a double Torn Blooms for even more max life stacking with the Badger. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Convince myself. That's a big old set of blueberries. That's going to be even more awesome. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to sell you, and I'm going to sell this too, as much as I love to keep it, because I do want to grab our puzzle bag of love right now. So we can have a little bit more storage in. I'm going to have to sell our stones so we can go ahead and grab ourselves this set of blueberries. But you're going to be on the sell for 3, so I'm going to take you and you're going to turbo stack max life like there's no tomorrow. You're going to have a chance to inflict a little bit of colds onto our opponents and maybe stack up more mana for our badger. With our set of blueberries in, we should be able to generate up way more mana for us. So yeah, you're going to generate up quite a bit of max life for us, hopefully. But you're going to be pretty slow to start. We do end up getting the luck with our freaking ones. We do get some mana from our blueberries though, and our blueberries should be enough to keep our badger going nicely. So just infinite stacking max life, while our turnip stacks up the spikes and deals chip damage as well as big massive damage also. So it's looking awesome actually. Definitely so. Now we'll be taking this. What bag is going to give us a puzzle bag improvement to stack up more buffs? I mean, it could be kind of nice. How about we craft up a Shelly? Add a little bit of lifesteal to our turnip as well. And I'm going to roll again. And I'm going to take the stone. Now the stone being in this spot is possibly the worst it can be. But it's going to have to do. This is going to be quite a bit of max life from this badger. I'm going all in on this guy. Because we're going to stack up 30 max life. Because we got 5 nature items. Yeah, 30 max life every 2.5 seconds is madness. That's 15 life every second. Yeah, that's crazy strong for this point of the game. So we can just freely stack over spikes. Your opponent's not going to have enough DPS to beat that out. Definitely not, especially when they only have 3.6 DPS with a 2.6 DPS. We're going to add in a badge on top of it. Now we could go for a chain up by taking the wolf badge. Chain up could be a lot of fun. I'm thinking very strongly about it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna roll. That's gonna be more mana generation. Let's also take this 2 and I want to speed up our turnip even faster. And let's roll again. There's a little forging hammer and I'm gonna sell our little 2 blue gemstones. Go ahead and craft up our chain up. But yeah, I'm thinking about moving on with this. We're gonna have our wolf badge target our Shelly as well. This Shelly's gonna be pretty darn fast, especially in our bag as well. This should be kind of nice. And also get more heals too. Once you drop below half HP, this Shelly should be going insane speeds. Once you do enter trigger battle rage, I should say, 7 seconds as is, and then it's going to get another big old 50% speed. So dropping below half HP, we're going to trigger our Shelly crazy fast, along with our turnip as well. Once we get our chin up, we're going to make it into a crafted weapon, so it's going to use up a lot less stamina, but it's not going to matter too much. 240 max HP compared to 70. Yeah, that's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts. Let's take another ones. Let's go and grab this too. We could take a puzzle bag, but I'm not going to take it. Is there anything else we want? I mean, we could take the leather boots, craft up dragon scale boots, and you know what? I'm going to. I'm definitely going to. Because then we resist some cold stacking. We are facing a gingerbread Jerry with a ripsaw. They're going to be trying to remove a lot of scaling damage. They're going to not be stacking up as much buffs as I like to. But the more buffs we do remove, the stronger our chin up does get. But with the ripsaw blade, they're going to be removing a lot of scaling damage, and they do got that knife to beat you with a claws attack and a dagger also. But they're going to have 0 buffs, so that's going to be nice for us. We're going to have 0 buffs. Our chin up is going to still get some scaling damage through, and it just, look how much max life we have. There's not much else I can say about this freaking badger. He's crazy. And we could also grab this undead phenomenon. Should we, or should we roll? Should we take the glowing crown, craft up a king's crown, maybe go for King Gubbert's? I mean, does not seem like a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to take it, but are we going to craft it up? I'm not sure. I'm going to keep it in because you're going to give us quite a bit of heals. It's also going to cleanse some blind also. But yeah, let's get going once again. So King Gubbert is going to be played. We also generate up more gemstones by having a box of riches once it is a glowing crown into King's crown. Yeah, it's not going to give us any more gemstones. And I'm going to be looking for purple gemstones so we have a chance to remove even more buffs from our opponents, which we haven't seen not a whole lot of. But our opponents is going to be cleansing debuffs with the cards, so any cold that we do inflict with our sapphire is not going to do a whole lot. But it's mostly in to give us mana generation so we can keep scaling up our max life with the badger. While we just constantly remove all their buffs and just be able to win out from here. Not bad. Honestly, smashing. We're back to full HP and we do have a choice to make. So we've got 2 options. We go Spectromancer and look for more badgers for more max life. Or we take Hal the Hateful Hat and just skill up our crits by removing buffs. But also give our opponents buffs too. I mean, this seems kind of nasty with the chin up. I haven't really tried it before. I might take it. I might take it, launch it in here. Now, Katana with this as well. I mean, how do we not? I'm going to sell one of these tiny little blue gemstones to just take the ribsaw and take this too. I would have loved to go for null blade, but a katana is something I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be happy with. The only thing is, are we going to be able to win out without our chain open? Because we just do not have any space for it. We kind of need everything else in. And we're going to rock on with this. We're going to have a super speedy Harold the Hateful Hat. We're not going to be able to remove any buffs until we get a katana online. We're kind of hoping that our freaking badger mixed with our Shelly with the wolf badge to keep us alive here. Cleanse all that poison. It's going to be honest. Shelly, 6.5 seconds. For heal, cleanse that poison. But we are given a ton of buffs. And they're going to be stealing some var buffs with the fedora. And unfortunately, yeah, it's looking like we're going to lose out. Hold on a second. Yeah, we do end up losing out. It is what it is. We're going to be in such a fantastic, crazy spot with a katana. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and grab this with this too. And I'm thinking about taking this just for storage. Because we don't really inflict debuffs. I'm going to take it for right now, which is madness. I'm going to roll again. And that's even more madness. I really want to grab you. Okay, I'm thinking about getting rid of our little forging hammer. Or is that madness? Good sell you. And maybe another green gemstone, and we take this instead. I mean, we could move on with something like this. So this should be kind of smashing. We should be able to stack up a lot of crits by having a katana mixed with a chin up. And with our spinning for dummies, it's not going to cost us too much stamina altogether. But we should be able to stack up our max life with our badger, so it should be kind of awesome. Stamina cost is 0.8, wood is 0.6. Stamina shouldn't be too much of trouble. We're going to be given buffs, but we're going to be taking them away, and our crits right now is at 32%, 52%, and scaling up. This is looking kind of smashing. We would love to speed up way faster, but it is what it is. Now we could take Ultimate Ascension, which with all dark items, we're going to steal a lot of buffs. And I kind of want to take it. The more dark items we do add in, more buffs we're going to steal. I'm going to take it. Also, perfect. Literally perfect. That's all the gemstones I do want to see. We're going to roll again. That's a cupcake, prismatic orb, dark item. We could go for prismatic ones. You know, I'm going to sell our garlic. I'm going to sell our garlic and I'm going to take this. Because you're going to be another dark item. You're also going to count as a holy item, which gives us regen. Yeah, you're going to trigger our ultimate ascension a little bit faster. 50% faster for each spell, which we have no spells. You're going to go pretty darn slow. Maybe ultimate ascension might not be in the play right now. Do we sell our little forging hammer? We could take the ice block. You're going to be spell. But it's not the spell I'm going to be looking for. We'll sell our forging hammer to roll. And we'll just take this bit of storage and we are going to move on. Yeah, we're going to be looking for a ton of spells to trigger ultimate ascension way faster. To try and steal those buffs. To scale up our crits even faster. We're after taking a crazy amount of damage. A lot of poison on us. Lots of block from our opponents. We do get invulnerability, keeping us alive. And our chin up does have 64% crits right now. But it's enough to win out because it's looking super close. And we just barely not survive. Not ideal. Now speaking of breaking spells, that's all we ever dreamed of. Let's take a bit of storage. And I'm thinking about crafting up a Death Lotus instead of a Null Blade. I think that's probably going to be our best outcome. We also need this bit of storage. We also want to add this in. We're going to sell a little blue gemstone so we can go ahead and grab this also. Now this should be triggering 100% faster. So down to 5 seconds. Maybe we should craft up this prismatic wand. Like I said, we're going to do. We also really need this Blessing Purity. We can also grab the Freeman's Guide to Ice. Yeah, I think we're going to take all this. But I would love to add in a King Gubbert also. King Gubbert is going to be a huge win con for us. But we do start off with invulnerability. That's a lot of blind on us, and we're going to be in trouble because we need on hit. And since we have so much accuracy down, that on hit damage is going to be pretty tough to get through. Definitely so. Now we are healing for quite a bit. They do get invulnerability again. We are stacking up our luck, increasing our accuracy. But again, this could be troublesome. It's a lot of cold, a lot of blinds. But our accuracy is back up to 60%, 70%. And we're starting to deal some big old damage. We might be able to pull this back, which is kind of awesome. We stacked up a lot of buffs, but so is our opponents. We're dealing crazy damage right now. We should have 100% crits, 76% crits. What am I talking about? He took forever to scale up all that crits. We need to find ourselves some birds, maybe. Also, crafting you up. No, this is going to be going slower, which is not ideal. Let's take both of these. Let's roll again. We could craft up a cold mare. Also, you're a book. Why the hell did I take this then? Let's sell it. Let's take you and let's go and grab another money pack. Now, do we want the puzzle bag of endurance? It will give us invulnerability for such a long break-in time. Yeah, I gotta take it. I definitely gotta take it for invulnerability. We're gonna be stealing some buffs with our Death Lotus as well. And we're going to be using our mana to remove those buffs. Now we are facing a double axe, brass knuckles. They're not going to be defending or depending on too much buffs. But with our Hateful, it's looking kind of awesome because we're just going to be removing all their buffs. And hell yeah, not close whatsoever. Now Tim would also be awesome for us too. We got a cold mare. Let's go ahead and grab you. Puzzle bag of energy so we can refund some buffs. Not sure if we do want that. It could be nice on our ones if you stack up enough mana. It will be great on our Badger. But I'm going to roll. Now, do we want to Wolpertinger? I'll put our stamina. We're going to have loads and loads of buffs from our Hateful. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it and I'm going to take this fanny back. I would love our Ultimate Ascension right down here, but if we place it in this, it's going to be really bad for us because you are just going to take forever to summon in then. So I might keep it this way for now. We should be able to steal 3 buffs. It's not a whole lot. And honestly, 3 buffs is going to give us 12% crit chance. They're still going to take forever to spawn in. And holy moly, what the hell did I do? Yeah, let's not do that again. But let's definitely get moving on with this. So we are facing a Blood Gubbert with a Bloodshorn and Blood Manipulation. They're going to have crazy heals. 61% healing amplification, especially with a Divine Basket. They do get invulnerability as well. And we get our own invulnerability, stopping their lifesteal altogether, by also just removing a ton of their buffs as well. And hell yeah, not bad. Definitely not bad. We got our victories. 100% crit chance in 10 seconds, not bad. Could be way better. But we do end up with about a 40 DPS, even though our opponent did have some vulnerability. But a huge win con is just removing those buffs, while also giving them tons of buffs. We still have 20 heal per second, which is not bad. Our opponent did have about 350 healing. In terms of block, we have no block. So I'm going to continue on. I really want to see how this build plays out. Now this is going to be awesome, because you are going to be another scroll. And it's also going to be another dark item, which is literally perfect for us. We could craft up a Devouring Spear, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Well, let's keep rolling. Let's just keep rolling. Can't really fit this guy in right now. Unfortunately, we need to figure out how we're going to fit that guy in. And who knows, maybe we actually don't necessarily need our big old banana anymore. I'm going to roll again. Do you want a mana orb to generate more mana for us? That could be kind of awesome, actually. You're going to move on with this. Definitely going to move on with this. We're going to have this Ultimate Ascension going pretty fast. 3 seconds. It's going to steal 4 buffs, giving us 16% crit chance. Our opponent is going to have a lot of flat damage. But can we keep up with him? We're going to be taking all the crits. We got tons of power. We're getting vulnerability. And holy moly, that's amazing. And we could try to grab another freaking Delos. And who am I kidding? I'm 150,000% want to go for that. We also want to take our mana orb. Right now, it kind of wants to sit in somewhere like this. We also want to grab ourselves another Glowing Crown. Another Glowing Crown for even more stacks of vulnerability. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm going to take out our banana for now. And let's see how we get on with this. Crafting up another Delos. To just use our mana to remove buffs from our opponents. To scale up our crits even more, even faster. Yeah, just keep our stamina going. We can have super crazy fast chain up. Also, Kitana, I was almost forgetting the name of it. But can we take out this heat stacking? Hell yeah, we can. Not bad. We took out that adventure, no problems. And we could grab ourselves another prismatic wand also. Well, let's go and take this. Let's go and take this for invulnerability. That's just going to be too good not to take. Let's sell our banana and this as well. And do we craft up another prismatic wand? And do we also craft up a Glowing Crown? Or King's Crown, I should say. Lose our gemstones, but I think it is going to be worth it. I think we'll move on with this. Now, we're not making as much use of our dark items around our Herald the Hateful Hat, but it's going to be centered around our Ultimate Ascension, triggering at 3.3 seconds. We're going to be using all our mana with our Deloses. We still get a vulnerability, and we should have 84% crit chance within 6 seconds. We are facing a snake with a King Gubbert. Now, this is going to be a huge meta builds that we're going to be trying to take on. And with their invulnerability, they're going to be keeping up with us. We get our Battle Rage though, but is it going to be enough to win out? Because it's looking super close. Hell yeah, we can. 166 crit. Yeah, that's kind of insane. We managed to take out that build, no problems. And we got our crown. We got a crown. We got another box of riches I wouldn't mind taking to craft up a second Glowing Crown. Because a second Glowing Crown is going to give us more invulnerability for a little bit longer. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take this bit of storage. It gives us another puzzle bag of endurance. We're going to take that too. And I want to grab more super speed. I'll be back in a second. We'll store them and try it once again. I'm also going to sell our puzzle bag of ruin. We don't necessarily need it anymore. And I'm going to roll once. Now, do we want to grab this gemstone? I'm going to sell both of these and I will take it. I'm going to place it inside our Glowing Crown also. But I was thinking about moving on with this sort of situation. We're making a much better use of our Herald the Hateful Hat. We're going to be speeding up our Deloses. We're going to not worry too much about our Shelly. Badger has done crazy work for us and is going to be sitting out for right now. Because we want to use our mana for invulnerability. And whatever mana we do stack up, we should be able to get some block, which is going to be kind of nice. And also just be able to remove a ton of buffs. But let's see if it's going to beat out this round too. Now we could craft up another prismatic ones. But I genuinely want to keep mana so we get invulnerability off the get-go. We get invulnerability off the get-go to stop us from being burst down. And we should be able to generate up way more buffs for ourselves while also just removing a ton of buffs. And it's looking a bit dicey. Is it? Actually, no, definitely not. We do manage to beat out a 4-stack Prismatic Orb, Mana Mastery, Prismatic Sword. I mean, that's kind of insane, isn't it? We're going to get our second Glowing Crown. And I'm not sure what else we want to take right now. Do we want to take a Divine Pot? Divine Pot will cleanse some debuffs. It's going to speed up her Shelly. I'm going to take it. You're going to use mana to give us a regen if you want it. You can stack up more buffs for us. You're going to be a tiny bit of a heal. I'm going to roll again. Dragon Egg for heats. Longer Battle Rage with Spike Collar. All fantastic options. I don't necessarily really want any of these. We could just take the Cupcake or even the Encyclopedia Darkness so we keep stacking up mana. It's another dark item. But I don't think that's going to be super crazy good for us. I will, however, take a little bit of storage. And that stamina is going to be our final item. But is this really going to be good enough to win out? We'll have to see. We are going to move on. And we are taking on a super fast Staff of Fire. They're going to have crazy scaling damage. As long as we can keep removing all our heats, we have a super fast katana to remove that scaling damage. But still, it's going to do crazy damage. We get invulnerability at the start, so we don't get smashed immediately. But they're going to start dealing some big old damage. And we got our second go of invulnerability. I mean, with both of these bags, we have invulnerability for such a long freaking time. Constantly removing that scaling damage, 140 DPS Staff of Fire. Are we going to be able to win this one out? I'm not sure because it does so much damage. And we're not dealing enough damage either. And we do end up falling short, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to win out, but we definitely had a super fun run. Now, in terms of DPS, our opponents did have 60 DPS. We only had a 46 DPS, so our DPS was a bit on the low end. But the sheer amount of damage reduction they did have with the Echo Battle Cry and the Repeater, they had damage reduction for days. Maybe even weeks. In terms of heals, how much heals do we have? 30 healing per second, which is not bad. Even with all this healing reduction on us as well. And in terms of block, only 11 block. Main source of defense comes from the invulnerability. About 8 seconds of invulnerability, maybe a bit more. Around that. But also just removing those buffs like crazy and removing scaling damage. But hey, we did survive 2 lives left. We might have lost at the ends, but this was a super fun build. And we got plus 10 rank points, almost bringing us back up to Masters. Leave inside 81. But I am going to have to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even subscribing. And I hope you keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in some round 18 fights. Can we take on this crazy crossblades type situation? You're going to be going fast. You're going to be stacking up some vampirism. But we're going to be removing that scaling damage that you're going to have. And we're going to be removing a lot of both. We also got 2 freaking spiked walls. Eating up our stamina. Making us take a lot of chip damage from the spikes. But we should be able to remove a lot of that spikes. And big old damage. Hell yeah. Not bad. And can we take on this life-stealing Frostbite Burning Blade Reaper? I do really like this setup because they're going to be stacking up heats, which will actually speed up the relic case. They can scale up a lot of damage, reduce their freaking stamina cost, but we do take a lot of buffs, and hell yeah, not bad for us. And finally, can we take on this Prismatic Sword Excalibur type combo with some Doom Caps? They're going to move a lot of our scaling healing. Well, we don't have scaling healing. They're going to be reducing our healing like crazy. Also going to be inflicting Turbo Poison, a lot of blind on us. And we could be in trouble. Maybe. A lot of poison, a lot of blind. But can we bring it back? Because we're dealing some big old damage and looking super close. But hell yeah, we do manage to win out.